Alright, now we're actually recording. Oops. Didn't have it set up at the beginning. You didn't miss much. It's just the very, very beginning portion that I'm sure everybody who knows anything about Majora's Mask knows. So you didn't miss much. Hey, he gives me the creeps. That happened in Mask was sorry, just thinking aloud. The 3 days? Even if we never slept, this still leaves us with a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. But don't just stand there. We're gonna see the Great Fairy. Look, you want us to find the Skull Kid, don't you? The Great Fairy will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. And just between you and me, the Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy. I'm pretty sure the Great Fairy lives in a shrine somewhere here in the town. Where? Well, somewhere. Don't press me for details. I don't come to this town very often. You could talk to one of those kids who hang out around town. Well, they might know where the shrine is. That's a bit different. She used to tell you that the Great Fairy was right in the north. And you would go to the north to the Great Fairy and then not know what to do. That's kind of cool. Now they actually direct you towards the bombers. It's okay that it wasn't recording in the first section. I mean, the capture card doesn't record in 3D, so... And I had the 3D feature on. Tingle tingle Kula Limpa! Already age 35, my father tells me to grow up and act my age. But why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now, while I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own, I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, lucky. You're so lucky to have a fairy. I know. We should be friends. Yes. In exchange, I will sell you a map for cheap as a sign of my friendship. Will you buy one of Tingle's maps? Yippee! A map of Clocktown! Yay! Oh, Tingle nearly forgot, good sir. Do you know how to use my maps? Tap the map on the lower screen. Yada, I'll call again. Tingle Tingle Kuro-Limpa! These are the magic words that Tingle created himself. Do not steal them. I suppose it says don't steal them, but whatever. Don't steal them. They are Tingle's own special words. Oh no, the Great Fairy! I have the sniffles. Young one, please hear my plea. I've been broken and shattered to pieces by the masked Skull Kid. Please find the one stray fairy lost in town and bring her to the fairy fountain. That was slightly obnoxious. I think my C-stick is broken. So if I'm remembering right, I should be able to go straight to the laundry pool, which is this way. They moved that closer to the clock tower. Maybe we're having trouble with... Maybe people were having trouble with, like, reaching the top. Yep, there she is. Hop! Please hear my plea. The masked Skull Kid has broken me apart and scared my pieces. Let's find a way to return me to the Fairy's Fountain in North Clocktown. I probably shouldn't sing along because I think I have an audio delay on my microphone, and so it probably sounds awkward on the stream. But yeah, the new owl statues. Yay! I talked to this dude to get my bank account open. Another time, I'll give you a special gift. Spend 200 rupees, you'll get Primo Wall. That's a lot of rupees. Deposit all 14. Green, is it? Got it. Don't forget your deposit. Let me stamp it with my special ink. Special ink. Everybody always says that, like, the bank has a time paradox, but they explain that. You know? He stamps you with the special ink. I mean, he stamps you with the ink. And so, you know, you show up with the ink on your body there, and it's like, oh yeah, that's, you know, you're this person. Because, you know, time changes when you go back in time. If you carry something with you and to the past, it's going to change it, you know, rewrite history. Telling you, young one of the altered shape, thank you for returning my broken and shared body to normal. I'm the great fairy of magic. I thought that masked child was helping me and I grew careless. All I can offer you now is this. It shall grant you magic powers. A sign of my gratitude. Please accept it. That great fairy, though. Like, with all the redesigns to the Great Fairy, why did they keep her old, really funky design when they moved it to 3D? A man who lives in the observatory outside of town may know of the skull kid's whereabouts, but be careful. Let's not underestimate that child's power, kind young one. I will return to your normal form, give you something special thing. I really wonder what the delay on my microphone is compared to, like, stuff. Are you the one that just popped out up there? Not bad for a Decker scrub. You bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside town. You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. I don't think you're getting in that easily. I can't just tell you what the code is. You'll have to pass my test first. Five of us will run and hide in different places all over town. If you can catch all of us before sunrise, we'll teach you the secret code. When Deku nuts aren't fair. They're a game. They're bright and hurt our eyes, so we can't use them, okay? Got that? Alright, are you ready? I don't remember Deku nuts being like, oh, you can't use those before. They moved the kids around. Because there was one there before. Huh. Alright. Only 4 left. Hey, that one was actually Jim, too. I think that's his name, Jim. What if I know? Hello, Gorman. Should be one up here. Unless they changed this, too. They did. Where is that kid, then? I don't know this game anymore. Up here? Ah. Got me, now there's only 3 left. Why do we have to play these stupid games? Alright. Hello. Hello. That kid wasn't normally there. Does that mean there's probably one in the laundry pool, since that would make all 5 locations? Let's go find out. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Put them in all 5 locations. See, I wondered why they didn't do that in the N64 version. I was like, why didn't you put all 5 kids in all 5 locations, you know? Like, you have 5 sections of town. Why not put 5 kids and 1 kid in each section, you know? 5 sections. Why? What? I don't understand. Why does half the sections have 2 kids? This looks really barren without the bank sitting right here now. It's like an empty wall. It just feels so weird. It also feels like they made these kids easier to catch. Like, by a lot. Only you're a human. Thank you. An original Bomber's Notebook can make you remember. What do you guys think? No way, no scrubs! Guess not. Once we let some kid who wasn't human join our gang, and boy, did we ever regret it. Sorry. I'll teach you the code just like I promised. I'll tell you once, though, so pay close attention. 52413. I wonder if it would be possible to guess the code. Like, is there, like, is the code randomized, or is there a certain set of codes that it gives? 2, 4, 1, 3. And, like, does it determine when you make the game what the code is? Or does it determine when you complete that side quest for the first time? You know, when does it create the code the first time? Cannot go over there yet. Gosh, I feel tired. Maybe I should have stopped and ate something before I streamed. Hello! It's BK0! Night of the first day, 60 hours remain. And still having no real idea where to find the kids or what to do. Because of the fact that I haven't played this version of the game. Somehow, I still got done faster. There you go. I just turned on my 3DS. Somehow I still got done faster than the first time I ever played the game. Pretty good. Oh wow, a strange looking child joined me today. Are you new? Are you a new friend of the Bomber Gang? Your manners seem much better than those of your mischievous friend from the other day. That ill-mannered troublemaker from the other day said he'd break my instruments. Said he'd steal my moonsteer. There was no stopping him. Even now, just watch him. He's probably causing trouble around the clock tower. That was like me attempting and probably utterly failing, like an old guy voice. I keep forgetting that the gyroscope, like, I can gyroscope. I just goofed up the gyroscope there for a second. Because I was pointing it down and I was like up at the moon. It was funny. I think I goofed it for a second. That zoom though. That telescope zoom. Whoa. Oh hey, cool, there's actually a light there now. Like before it was just a, like, thing. That zoom though, oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Like, I think in the N64 version, like, you had to hold the button to zoom. Look at how shaky my hands are. Like, what the heck? Like, my hands, like, I don't know, is that, like, normal that a person's hands shake that much? What the heck? Look at that. I must look at the light. Don't look into the light! Don't do it. Don't look into the light, Link. There's a hole there. I'm goofing up the gyroscope here. Hang on. I goofed up the gyroscope somehow. What the heck? What the heck? Does anybody know how to troubleshoot the gyroscope? What the heck? Look at this. I'm not moving the 3DS. Now it stopped. Now it stopped. It was doing this. Okay, now it's... What? I was turning the 3DS and it did not move the gyroscope at all. How does the gyroscope work? What the heck? There, see, it's... What? How do you troubleshoot? How do I fix my gyroscope? I goofed up my gyroscope somehow. Shake it real hard, that'll fix it. What? Hello? Okay. Is it working now? You heard it here first, folks. All you have to do when you goof up your gyroscope is shake your 3DS real hard. Because apparently that fixes it. What the heck? Well, did you find that troublemaker? And that loud noise? What was that? Perhaps another moon sphere has fallen nearby. Go through that door and take a look outside. But I wonder how that troublemaker got on top of the clock tower. The only way up there is through the clock door, and that opens only on the eve of the carnival. How am I doing? About the same as always. Moon's tear. Sparkling beauty radiates rather strangely. Hey, just so you know, items like this are called gear. Gear is basically just stuff you won't normally need to mess with or think about too much. Moon sure is huge right now. It's like it's going to come crashing down on us. But don't worry about that silly moon, just focus on the Skull Kid. You know where he is now, and there's nothing left to do here. Let's go to the clock tower. I was just like picking at my circle pad on accident, and I like almost peeled off the cover. It's like I was doing that cutscene. I was just like picking at the circle pad. I have this bad habit of like picking at things, and so I was like picking at the circle pad, and literally almost pulled the cover right off. 30th anniversary. I know, like, what the heck? Like, I remember, like, Skyward Sword was like, oh, 25th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. That's really cool. And then just, like, today I was, like, on YouTube just watching a video, and somebody was doing a 30th anniversary Zelda stream. I was like, no. I mean, that was, like, 25th anniversary was just, like, 2 years ago. I was like, Skyward Sword came out in 2011. It's 2016. Oh gosh. It really has been 5 years since Skyward Sword came out. And that came out on the, in 2011. So it really is the 30 years. 30 years of Legend of Zelda. What the heck? What the heck? Yo, hey baby, I'm a styling scarecrow wandering in search of pleasant music. Time will pass in the blink of an eye if you dance with me. If you like, baby, we can forget the time and dance till dawn. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? King and I think that's how it is. Gosh darn it, this stupid thing fell over and I'm trying to use my foot to pick it back up, and it's not working. Oh yeah, in that case, forget the time. Let's dance. So I think I'm going to... That's good. Ah, frick. I just realized I didn't set the chat window. People watching this later on YouTube gonna be like, yo, why is everything moving around all the time? Why is everything changing? Because I kept forgetting to set things. First, I forgot to start the recording. So, like, I played up till the Happy Mask Salesman without even streaming. And then, like, I just realized that I forgot to put the freaking chat on the freaking video properly. I still had it set to the, you know, default when you just add something, the little teeny tiny thing. So, oh well. You get used to the puzzles over time. Yeah. Oh yeah, how was it? It went by in an instant, right? I'm still full of energy. If you like, baby, we can forget the time and dance until night. I haven't been sure if I want to try the Ganondorf challenge, cause I like I like living, and like I saw hero mode, and then I saw the Ganondorf challenge. I was just like, oh god! Like, imagine hero mode with Ganondorf challenge. That's, oh god, terrifying. Oh yeah, how was it? It went by in an instant, right? I'm still full of energy. Dance till dawn. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Ganondorf challenge sounds pretty awesome. But, like, I don't know. I like living. I mean, I have a Zelda amiibo, so that's the one that heals you, right? The Zelda? I can't remember. Well, the problem is that Twilight Princess was already really freaking awesome looking. You know? And unlike Wind Waker, where it was like the beginning of the GameCube era, and so it was like using the bare minimums of the graphic style, the GameCube, the Twilight Princess was at the end of the GameCube's life. It was even the start of the Wii. And so it was using like all the super special effects and things that could really be used on a GameCube. And while it wasn't high definition, it was still like 360p, like at least. And so it looks really, really good on like the GameCube and the Wii. Like it looks really good. And the problem that I don't know if other people have it, but I know that I have this, is that I actually can't tell the difference between 360p and above. So like when I look at something that's 360p and I look at 720p, I don't actually see the difference. Even up to like 1080p. So to me it's like it still looks very similar. I can see some differences. Like I've seen some like screenshots that like put the GameCube on one side and the Wii U on the other, and I can see a little tiny bit of difference. But if I just look at one or I just look at the other, like I look at the GameCube, like I watch a video of the GameCube and then I watch a video of the high definition, I actually can't see the difference. So it's it does look very similar. It really does. I mean, people with really good eyesight might be able to notice, but me personally, like I was actually looking at a picture, a GIF earlier that had 15 FPS, 30 FPS, and 60 FPS. And it was like, it scrolled all three of them from one side to the other. And I could see the difference between 15 and 30, but I could see no difference at all between 30 and 60. Literally zero difference. I'm looking at it going, I don't see a difference between 30 and 60. I mean, I'm sure there is one, but I don't see it. So nice. Sorry, it seems to have gotten kind of dangerous. Yikes. I'm getting out of town. See you later, baby. I'll be honest and say that I've been really busy as of late. So I haven't really had a chance to like stop by and watch any of your streams. And again, it's, poor eyesight, I don't know that I could even tell the difference per se, without like a side-by-side comparison at the same time. Like that one video that Nintendo did of like the side-by-side comparison of the GameCube versus the HD. Like in that video, I could see the difference. I was like, oh, there's a little bit of a difference between the GameCube Twilight Princess and the HD one. But it's having no vision or very, 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 very little vision in my left eye, and then having low vision in my right eye, it makes it hard to see anything. So like I don't actually know if anybody here knows like what like about my eyes. I don't know if I've ever like said it on stream or anything. I don't know that I've ever mentioned the way my eyes work on stream. Like I know I've mentioned that like my left is like really poor vision, but I don't know that I've ever mentioned like the exact way that it works. This is my private property. Don't try using it when I'm not around. Oh, I don't have to. Town's carnival is starting to look a little iffy. I'm thinking of closing up shop so I can get a gift from my wife and return to her in my village. I've heard the stone called the Moonsteer shines brighter than any other in the land. If you've got one, I'd really like to get it from you. My wife would love it. If you give it to me, I'll give you my spot here, decorative flower included. Oh, that's helpful. Nice. Yeah, I have Wind Waker HD on the eShop too. So, I really want to get physical copies of all the games lately. Like, I got Wind Waker HD, and I got Super Mario Maker, and I got Triforce Heroes, and Alpha Sapphire, and they've all been they've all been what's the word? They've all been the digital copies. And I want to get the physical copies, but it's just I spend $50 on the game to begin with. I don't really want to then spend another $50 just for the physical copy, you know? Shame to give you my spot here. Deck of flower included, yes? Yay! Didn't set eyes on a jewel or strange sparkling stone like this in a very long time. Title deed for the spot should be in high demand among Tekker scrubs, but you already know that. If you don't need it anymore, you can always sell it. Well, Wind Waker actually is a very small game, to be honest. They did a lot with very limited resources, surprisingly. Yay, heart container. I was like, we still can't use the stairs that lead up to the roof. Oh well, can't be helped. For now, let's just do something to pass the time. Chat with people, do a little dance, whatever. Not really my business. Ha! Do a little dance. They gave you a clue that you can go talk to the dude. I have not seen that before. Well, I guess we're waiting until noon. Or not noon, midnight. Sorry, we've only got an hour and a half left. Tattle wants to talk. Tell me, we gotta get to the clock tower. Even though I'm standing at the clock tower. You dunce. Honestly. I think what I'm gonna do is once I get the Ocarina of Time back and I go back in time, I think I'll pause there. I'm gonna stop and spend a few minutes to get something to eat. Then we will come back after that. So come back, keep playing. I'm really hungry all of a sudden.
Who's in the bathroom?
Dad, I think.
I don't think so.
Dunno. If not, then maybe Don. So only 3 of us. Back to the Future? What do you mean? Don't stop now. Look, you can get up there now. Clearly, Tattle. Clearly I can get up there. Thank you for being so informative. Look, that door that just opened that you were standing next to when it opened, you can go through the door now. Sis! Artael, I've been looking for you too. Hey, Skull Kid, what if you gave that mask you're wearing back now? Hey, come on, are you listening? Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the four are there. Bring them here. Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. Now, what are you doing to my brother? Do you think you're still our friend after that? Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it. I'm just curious, like, what you mean by reminds you of Back to the Future. Like, what is it that reminds you of Back to the Future? Like, I know Back to the Future, like, it's one of my favorite, it used to be one of my, like, favorite movies a long time ago. Well, the third one. I had this, like, cowboy stage, like, in my life once. And so, like, the fact that Back to the Future 3 was, like, cowboys, that was, like, awesome to me. I still think that it's the better of the three, though, to be honest. I still think that the third Back to the Future is the better one. The first one was alright. And it was good, but it wasn't, like, amazing. The second one was terrible, though. You're already leaving this land of Hyrule, aren't you? I did not like the second Back to the Future at all. Like, I mean, it was like a good movie, but it was a bad movie. Like, it was really dark and stuff. So, oh, it was Chris that was in the bathroom. And that was only a short time. I feel like I've known you forever. I'll never forget the days we spent together in Hyrule. I believe in my heart the day will come when I shall meet you again. Till that day comes, please, take this. I am praying that your journey be a safe one. If something should happen to you, remember this song. YLR. You remember the Song of Time. This melody lingering on the edges of your mind is a song of memories of Princess Zelda. The goddess of time is protecting you. If you play the Song of Time, she will aid you. You know, for a game about, like, for a game that was called Ocarina of Time, the Ocarina of Time was not used very much. Meanwhile, for a game called Majora's Mask, the Ocarina of Time is actually used quite a lot. Snap out of it. What are you doing, Lost in Memories? Get yourself together. That old ocarina back isn't going to help us. Somebody, anybody, gods of time, help us please. We need more time. Huh? That instrument. When did you... I guess it was too quiet after all. Once I got the ocarina, I was like, nope. Can't even hear it. All of my things! I forgot to deposit my rupees! I never understood that scene. Like, I know that it's like re-showing like the beginning, but wouldn't it make more sense to have it like backtrack as you're going back in time? Not showing that beginning section again? What just happened? Everything has... Also, why do you always return to the bottom of the clock tower when you go back in time? Shouldn't you return to wherever you were? Just like going back in time? You don't... You're supposed to be going back in time, not back in time and space. The thing has started over. What are you anyway? The song you played. That instrument. That instrument. Wait, that's it. Your instrument. The masked salesman said that if you got back the precious thing that was stolen from you, he could return you to normal. Did you completely forget or what? I definitely did not forget, actually, because I already know that much. Oh, hey! Time stops here. I swear that time kept going once you started it, even if you were in here, but maybe not. I don't know. Oh, not close enough. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Oh, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it! Where does he get the organ? Where? That's a massive freaking organ. Where does he get it?
It's awfully loud.
Listen to me. Please play the song that I'm about to perform. Remember it well.
Kitties. Did the letter get done?
The Sheikah stone is dancing in the background. Fun fact, the notes for the Song of Healing are the notes for Saria's song backwards. Well, at least those 6 notes, anyway. There are no similarities beyond the 6 notes that you play. But it really is Saria's song, just played backwards. This is a melody that heals evil magic and troubled spirits, turning them into masks. I'm sure it will be of assistance to you in the future. Ah, yes. I give you this mask in commemoration of this day. Fear not, the magic has been sealed inside the mask. When you wear it, you will transform into the shape you just were. When you remove it, you will return to normal. You got the Deku mask to keep as a memento. Wear the mask to inhabit the body of a Deku. Take it off to return to normal. Now I have fulfilled my promise to you. So please, give me that which you promised me. As if it was that simple. We've only been playing for the last 45 minutes. Don't tell me. My mask. You did get it back, didn't you? What have you done to me? If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. The mask that was stolen from me. It is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. It is said that an evil and wicked power is bestowed upon the one who wears that mask. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great the Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now the tribe from the legend has vanished, No one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. There's that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now that imp has it. I am begging you. You must get that mask back quickly or something horrible will happen. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. You must do it. Really? You'll do it for me? I was certain you would tell me that. Oh my, I nearly forgot. While you were gone, I found one of these. It appears one of those fancy notebooks the local brats carry around. Perhaps the imp dropped it. I have no use for things like this, so please consider it a gift. I insist. No, really, take it. Use it. Now. Only good things could come of it. And we're getting the Bomber's Mask early. You got the Bomber's Mask. Allows you to keep track of events and people's schedules. Press start to read it. Bomber's Code. You've been granted access to the Bomber's Hideout, which you can access from East Clocktown. The code is 52413. From now on, events you see in people's schedules will be added to your notebook automatically. Hopefully you'll find it useful. I'm confident you'll have no trouble handling the most urgent matter of the menacing mask. The fate of this land rests in your capable hands. You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe. You're creepy. Alright, so we got the Bomber's Notebook, which I have no idea how to access. Oh, select button. Okay. Text schedule. Nothing scheduled. Events. Couple of events. Nothing scheduled. Alright. Yep, it's still 6:05. Okay, so it really did pause. That's cool. Alright. Well, like I said, I think I'm going to oh, I have to tell it yes in order to get to stop dancing. Not that I'm going to use any of the hints, because I already know what to do, but hint 7 of 7. Cleared 7. Oh, really? 2 of 23. Found 1. Slide tree. Oh, I forgot to pick up the one at the slide tree. Oops. There aren't any hints here yet. I wonder what these are. I do like collecting the hints. Oh gosh darn it. Okay, I guess it doesn't stop dancing. Alright. I said I'm going to stop and get something to eat real fast because I am starving at the moment. I will be back in a few minutes, I think. A few minutes. A few minutes sounds good, right? A few minutes. Not too many minutes, just a few minutes. That was a Wheatley. That was my attempt at a Wheatley impression, by the way. So, I don't know if it came off very well. Let me know what you thought of my attempt at a Wheatley impression just then. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes when I get back from eating. Just enjoy the Majora's Mask music in the background because I'm going to turn on the Majora's Mask soundtrack. And yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes.